All right, guys, welcome back. This is Minecraft 1.18. This is a Let's Play on a realm on PC, Bedrock. And in today's video, we're going to go over the trading cycle of a villager. So a village is really important in early game. It's one way to get yourself some golden carrots, get yourself some decent armor and some weapons and some tools, depending on what kind of villagers you make and what you trade with. What I'm going to show you is I'm going to show you the trading cycle of a villager. If you're like me and you have an auto farm and you're creating a lot of carrots or potatoes, whatever produce or that you decide you wanted to make, and now you want to trade that extra crops, those extra crops for emeralds. So I'm going to show you a good way of doing this so that you don't get frustrated with the farmer, whichever farmer you choose. You don't get frustrated with a farmer wanting double or more than what you're willing to trade for, and don't get frustrated when you trade with the farmer and you lock the trade out. I'm going to show you how the cycle is set so that you can come prepared to your village. So before we begin that, what I'd like to show you is that the sun is going down. So behind me, the villagers did meet. So there's going to be a cycle for the day. But if you find yourself a really, really good village, what I highly recommend is putting a fence around it, all the way around it, and lighting the place up. Lighting the place up will prevent mobs from spawning inside your village and killing your villagers or turning them into zombies. And a wall will prevent zombies that spawn outside the light range from entering your village and again, killing your villagers or turning them into zombies. The other thing I recommend is that whenever you're in the village, make sure you have a bed available, because as soon as the sun goes down, you're going to want to sleep. Because if you try to AFK in your village, what's going to happen is your presence is going to cause monsters to spawn. And again, zombies are harmful for your villagers. So, and witches too, but and thunderstorms are harmful to your villagers too. So if you're AFKing and a thunderstorm happens to come along, lightning strikes actually turn your villagers into witches. So we're going to go ahead and wait for the sun to go down. I'm going to sleep, and then we'll start trading with the villager, and I'll show you what his cycle is. And as soon as you're done sleeping, make sure you pick your bed up, because if you leave your bed down, what's going to happen is that's going to cause the village to create another villager. But if this is your bed and you plan on taking it with you and you don't want that extra villager, then make sure you pick your bed up after you're done sleeping, so that you don't accidentally create an extra villager that you don't want. So this is my carrot farmer. And what I'm going to do, you can see he's set at 22 carrots, which is pretty standard price for a non-zombified villager. So you see I brought a lot of excess crops with me. So I'm going to trade with him, and I don't know how many trades he takes before he maxes out. So we'll see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So 16 trades I counted. So now he's maxed out. So there's actually two cycles to the day. So first thing in the morning, he will come to his station, whatever composter station he's linked to. He happens to be linked to this one, and he's going to interact with it. And when he interacts with it, he makes that composting sound that you hear. If you've ever composted anything, here it will compost something. That sound. So he's going to make that sound. He's not really composting anything, but you can hear him make that sound. So when he makes that sound, his trade will reset. So what we'll see is we'll go from being blocked out of this trade to it resetting, but at a higher cost. So if he's already interacted, because this is a brand new day, see the sun is up high in the sky. So if he's already interacted with his composter first thing this morning, then we'll have to wait for the afternoon for his trades to reset, because there's 2 times of the day he will interact with his workstation that will cause his trades to reset. First thing in the morning, and then in the evening after they've had their afternoon gossip session. And so what we'll do is we'll go ahead and we'll come back. So this is first thing in the morning. He's already interacted with his composter. So I don't expect the trade to reset until after he comes back from the afternoon gossip session. So I will meet you back here then. Okay, guys, so it's mid-afternoon. You see the sun is getting low in the horizon. The villagers are meeting, and they tend to meet around the bell. So if your village has a bell, they're going to meet. That's their center for meeting. And so they're going to get together. They're going to gossip. They'll breed if they have extra beds. If you don't have a bell in your village, I highly recommend that you put one down, because this process, I think, is an important part of your villager cycle. Okay, so they're done gossiping, and I want to get my villager. So you'll see he's still locked out. That trade's locked out, because I want to show you what happens once they're done gossiping and they all head back to their workstation for one last work session before they go to bed, before the sun sets. So here he comes. We'll wait for him to interact. Okay, so he's interacted with his workstation. Now if we check his trade, so his trade is reset, but it's reset for more than what your original price is, right? It's not double, but it's just about. If you're satisfied with that and you're like me and you have an auto farm, if you got plenty of surplus carrots or surplus produce, go ahead and trade with him if you'd like. But at this point, I want to show you. So what's going to happen is tomorrow morning, we'll go to bed. And then tomorrow morning, when he interacts with his composter first thing in the morning, that trade will reset back to the original 22 carrots. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and we'll spend another night here, and we'll check back with our farmer in the morning. Now, one thing to remember is that this process is important. The only way that it takes place is if your village is loaded. So you actually have to be in your village, and you have to be patient and wait for the cycle to occur before you can reset trades. If you were to trade with the villager, max him out, and then leave the village, then the process won't start until you return. Okay, so it's the next morning, and let's go check with our farmer. There he is. He's going to interact with his workstation, and we'll hear that telltale composting sound. There it is. There's that telltale composting sound. And now when we check him, his trades have reset. And so we can go ahead and we can trade with him now for the price of 22 carrots per emerald. Another thing, and we're going to do that, so I'm going to go ahead and trade with him again. I'll max out his trades just like we did before. But the other thing that you can do, which is really good for villagers, is whenever you trade with them, they give you experience points. And you can use that experience points either to level up, or to repair your armor, or to repair your tools. So I'm going to have my axe handy, because my axe is the one that I want to repair. And then I'm going to trade with the farmer. So whatever you want to have repaired, you have to make sure you have it in your hand before you trade with your villager. That way the experience points, and you need to make sure you have mending on your tool. So I have mending on this. It's my Silk Touch pickaxe. I do have mending, and I'm going to use the trading experience to repair my pickaxe. Whoops, he fell off. Sorry, buddy. So you can see that just by trading with the villager, my pickaxe is now repaired because I do have mending on it. So check him, he's maxed out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and leave the village. I'll head back to my house, and then I'll wait a day, and we'll come back and we'll see if his trades have reset. Now, if I were loaded into the village, what would happen is by tomorrow morning, you guys saw this evening, if he were allowed to interact with his workstation, he would reset his trade, but to 39 carats per trade. And then tomorrow morning, he would get up and reset his trade for 22 carats per emerald, just like he did during this cycle. So I'm going to go ahead and leave. So in theory, if this village was still running, with me not having it loaded, in theory, we should come back to him having 22 carats per trade when we return tomorrow. So I'm going to head back to my base. I'm going to wait a day and then we'll return in the morning. All right, everybody, we're back at my base, and just to show you how far my village is, we do have to take the nether to get to it. We've set up another portal down so that we can attach my base to the village. It makes it easier to get there. And then just to show you where the village is, so you know that I can't have it loaded because I'm too far away. So on this map here, I'm the white dot in the upper right hand corner, and my village is the green dot down there in the lower left hand corner. So that's how far away we are from our village. And so what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to wait out the night. We'll sleep, and once we sleep, we'll go back to the village tomorrow, and hopefully, if I'm right, our farmer has not reset his trades. All right, guys, it is the next day, so we'll head on through the nether and we'll go back to our village and we'll check our farmer and see if its trades have reset. I brought my cat with me. Yeah, he'll be fine. All right, guys, we are back at the village. It is the next day, so we're going to go ahead and we'll check the farmer's trades. And they're not reset. So the takeaway here is that if you want to make sure to reset your villagers' trades, you've got to stay in the village. The village has to stay loaded. So, and yes, my cat came with me. I didn't expect him to, but it's okay. He'll be safe. So that's it for today. So that's just how you learn about the trading cycles of villagers so you don't get frustrated if you lock out their trades. All you have to do is just simply wait for the trades to reset, but you have to keep your village loaded. And that's it. Easy peasy. All right, if you enjoyed this content, please leave a like. Otherwise, we'll see you later. Bye.